and sometimes with storms so heavy that we feel we may never stand again. I used to believe that life was something that just happened to me. I thought I was at the mercy of time, of circumstances, of destiny. There was a period in my life when I would wake up, look at the clock, and wonder, what's the point of another day? Hours blended into each other. Days felt like an endless stretch of sorrow. I was stuck, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And it wasn't the big things that hurt the most. It was the silence, the waiting, the feeling of helplessness. But sometimes all it takes is one thought, one small decision to change the entire course of your life. For me, that decision came quietly. It wasn't dramatic, no thunder, no lightning, no music playing in the background. It was just a whisper inside me that said, give yourself 1 hour, just 1 hour a day. At first, it sounded ridiculous. What could 1 hour possibly change in a life that felt so broken? But I had nothing to lose. So I promised myself, no matter what happens, every day for 1 hour, I would do something for myself, something that made me feel alive, something that reminded me that somewhere inside this tired body, there was still a spark. In the beginning, that 1 hour was spent just sitting near the window, feeling the sunlight on my face, watching the clouds float by, listening to the songs of birds. It didn't seem like much. It wasn't productive in the way society measures productivity, but for me, it was a revolution. It was the first time in a long while that I allowed myself to simply be. No judgments, no guilt. Just breathing, just existing, just remembering that even broken things can be beautiful. Gradually, that 1 hour started to evolve. I picked up a paintbrush again after years. My hands trembled. The colors on the canvas didn't make sense. But it didn't matter. That 1 hour wasn't about perfection. It was about permission. Permission to create, permission to express, permission to feel. I realized that when you give yourself even a little bit of time each day to do what you love, to nurture your soul, you are not wasting time. You're investing it. You are planting seeds that one day will bloom into something extraordinary. We often fall into the trap of thinking that change has to be massive to matter, that you have to wake up at 5 a.m., run a marathon, build an empire before breakfast. But true transformation is quiet. It happens in the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day. It happens when you decide to read one page of a book instead of scrolling on your phone. When you choose to write one paragraph of your dreams instead of doubting them. When you sit in silence for a few minutes and reconnect with the voice inside you that the noise of the world tries so hard to drown out. The truth is, 1 hour a day is enough to change your life. It's enough because it's not about the quantity of time, it's about the quality of intention. When you sit down with yourself, even for a short while, and say, I matter, my dreams matter, my healing matter, you are sending a powerful message to your soul that you are not giving up on yourself, that you are not abandoning yourself. And trust me, that message creates ripples in ways you cannot yet see. I know that sometimes the idea of change can feel overwhelming, especially when you are standing in a place of pain or uncertainty. You might think, what's the use? How can 1 hour fix the years of damage, the weight of regret, the mountains of fear? But healing isn't about fixing, it's about feeling, growing, becoming. And no growth ever happens all at once. Flowers don't bloom overnight. Trees don't grow to the sky in a single season. Everything beautiful takes time, takes patience, takes love. And you deserve to give yourself that love, that time, that patience. When I started giving myself one sacred hour a day, I began to see parts of myself that I had forgotten even existed. I remembered that I was not just the girl in the wheelchair, not just the girl with the broken dreams. I was still an artist, still a storyteller, still someone who could touch hearts, paint emotions, breathe life into blank canvases. I realized that no accident, no failure, no heartbreak could ever take away the gifts that were planted inside me by God Himself. And the same is true for you. No matter where you are right now, no matter how far you feel from the life you dream of, it is still within your reach. It is still possible. But you have to be willing to meet yourself halfway. You have to be willing to show up, even when it's hard, even when it feels pointless, even when no one else believes in you. Especially then, 1 hour a day of showing up for yourself, no matter how messy or imperfect it looks, will change your life more than you can imagine. That 1 hour taught me to trust myself again, to believe in small beginnings, to find joy in simple moments, to measure progress not by how far I had to go, but by how far I had come. And it taught me that true courage is not about the battles you fight in front of the world. It's about the battles you fight quietly within your own heart and win. It's about choosing to get up, choosing to try again, choosing to love yourself every single day, even when you have every reason not to. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not exciting or easy. It's waking up each day and doing what you promised yourself you would do, even when you don't feel like it. It's choosing discipline over distraction, faith over fear, purpose over comfort. When I gave myself that 1 hour a day, an hour that no one else could claim, an hour that belongs solely to me, I realized that healing isn't loud. It isn't a grand announcement. It's a quiet decision made again and again in the privacy of your own heart. It's the whisper that says, I choose myself today. There were days when that 1 hour felt effortless, when the ideas would flow like rivers, when my heart would feel light, when every color on the canvas made sense. But there were also days when I sat there, empty, drained, doubting whether anything I was doing even mattered. Days when I thought about quitting, about slipping back into the numbness that once felt like safety. But the beauty of a promise is not in how easy it is to keep. It's in how you hold on to it even when it feels impossible. And every time I honored that commitment to myself, even imperfectly, I was teaching my soul something profound, that I was reliable, that I could trust myself, that my word to myself meant something. We often think that if the results aren't immediate, the effort isn't worth it. But real change happens beneath the surface, quietly, invisibly. A seed doesn't sprout the moment you water it. The roots grow first, anchoring deep into the earth before any leaf ever dares to meet the sun. And in the same way, every hour you dedicate to your growth is planting roots, roots of resilience, of courage, of self-belief. You might not see it today, you might not see it tomorrow, but one day, without warning, you will wake up and realize that you have become a different person, stronger, soft, braver, more yourself than you have ever been. I learned that 1 hour a day was enough to rewrite my story because it wasn't really about the time, it was about the relationship I was building with myself, the trust, the love, the patience. I stopped waiting for someone else to rescue me, to validate me, to give me permission to live fully. I realized that no one could do that for me. It had to come from within. I had to be my own savior, my own advocate, my own light in the darkness. And you have that same power within you. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need perfect circumstances. You only need a willing heart, a little bit of courage, and the discipline to show up for yourself, even on the hard days. You might be thinking, but I am too tired. I am too busy. I am too broken. Let me tell you something. You are not too anything to start. You are exactly enough, exactly as you are, to take the first step. And the beautiful thing is that you don't have to climb the whole mountain today. You don't have to figure out every detail. You just have to take one step, give yourself 1 hour, and trust that it is enough, because it is. Growth is not linear. Some days you will sprint, some days you will crawl, Some days you will simply sit and breathe. And every one of those days matters. Every one of those efforts counts. 1 hour a day to work on your dream might not look like much at first. It might be one messy page written, one imperfect painting made, one broken scale played on an instrument, one awkward conversation in a new language. But those small acts, repeated daily, create momentum. They create confidence. They create a body of work that one day